Rated T for teen.
Hello and welcome to Achievement Hunting 101. I'm your host FuFuCuddilyPoof, and thank you for listening. This is level 65. So we have an amazing show tonight, and this show is going to rock because this show features the return of Rocker Dude 5012. What's up, Corey? It's been forever.
You know,
it's been like 27 weeks.
It took me too long to get your joke there.
It really did.
Wow.
Which one?
That's right. It's gonna rock.
Oh, rock. Oh, that's you.
It wasn't supposed to be good. And also with us is Nate now. What's up, guys?
Hi.
Wow.
Kenny.
I'm ready to rock.
Hey, there we go.
I want to rock. That's for you, Fuggy. Love you.
There's his shout out for the week.
Well, he plays
all
Pong, and he listens to AC/DC. He's perpetually stuck in the 70s.
Oh, Fuggy.
He basically is player one.
We'll teach you about Pong and AC/DC some other time, Foof.
I'm thunderstruck.
Okay, good.
Speaking of big balls,
Get some
Corey,
color.
or not Corey, I don't want to talk to Corey yet. L, during
shoot,
the Patreon talk, you mentioned some sort of free tacos. That seems like it should be. That seems worth mentioning here. How do we get a free taco?
I mean, I guess that news is so good that it's not just for the Patreon people; it's for everybody.
We have to mention Taco Bell in some shape or form.
We have to talk about it.
There was a stolen base in the World Series. So they do this promotion every year. It's very weird. It's a steal a base, steal a taco. So now you have to remember on October 30th between 2 and 6 to wait in the drive-thru line for a one taco that is,
their
$1.
taco giveaways are the most ridiculous thing.
You have to be in the drive-thru?
Of course you have to be. That's part of the fun of going to Taco Bell, isn't it?
Okay.
No,
you get out.
Go
so
inside.
one, you can fill your cup up and get no ice without getting any sass. And 2, sauce packets, man. You gotta pick your own.
You go inside and you grab an entire handful because they never give you enough in the drive-thru.
You ask for more. You gotta speak up in life. You say no ice. I want my goddamn Baja Blast with no ice and 16 hot packets and 2 mild. That's it.
You forgot the fire.
And no fire and no Diablo because I'm a...
No fire.
Diablo tastes nasty. Fire
Diablo's
good.
terrible.
It's too hot.
I'm boycotting
and I like
Taco Bell
spicy
this
things.
week, though. So.
Oh, tell us
Wait,
why.
Wait, what?
Because you didn't get a box. Is it because of the box?
Yeah, it is because of the box. You guys talked about it last week.
I saw the angry tweet.
We were we're 1 week in, not even, maybe at this point. I've gotten 3. I went to Taco Bell 3 times, guys.
Jeez. Oh my gosh.
The 3rd time, there was no box.
Do they give you toilet paper if you go that many times?
I don't need it. I have my own. But anyways, no box the 3rd time. And I've tweeted them, and they're just ignoring my tweet. So that's it. I'm done.
Ghosting you.
They are. I'll get my free entries, and that'll be that. And the worst part is the no box version was probably the best and tastiest meat canoe I've had out of the 3.
Wow, how did you do that? You said meat canoe, and then the picture of Kenny appeared in my mind.
It's a gift.
Damn you, cheapo bots.
Wow. He's on a canoe with... Oh, I get it. Meat canoe. Oh, man. That's
boy, he got it. Well, if all the Taco Bell you eat, you must have a butthole of steel.
I don't know, Corey. I don't think you can hold out.
No one wants to take it.
I think I'm good for... Because my standard is I'll go once a week.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't happen last week. Went twice. It was delicious. But I'm going to refuse to go twice this week. And next time, I'm going to make sure they have boxes before I order.
You know, you should just walk up to the front door, open it, and go, no, and then walk away. Go to the Burger King across the street. And get a taco.
Nasty.
Dude, don't get a Burger King taco. It's so bad.
Why would you try that?
Because it was $1 and I'm curious.
Gross.
I have quite
That
a
is
few dollars if
disgusting.
you want to try some other things.
Do you get an achievement for trying new things?
It depends.
Oh.
What's a new thing?
I don't understand some people. It's like those people that go to IHOP to get, like, a burger. No. No matter what time of day you are, you get freaking pancakes.
Chicken and waffles.
And an omelet.
That's my rule for Cracker Barrel. I only get breakfast food there.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait.
Or
They
any
do
time.
Cracker
They
Barrel.
They serve food other than biscuits and sausage gravy?
I know, right?
To sinners.
Well, what about grits?
Well, you gotta
Ew.
get grits.
Grits are disgusting.
Okay, grits. Butter or cheese?
Neither. You throw them in
Meats
the
are
trash.
cheese.
I put milk in it.
You get home fries.
Correct answer is either.
Okay.
They're disgusting. Grits are nasty.
They're fine.
No, they're not. They're disgusting.
Okay, what about hominy?
Chief
What?
Robot's not here to help me figure out what that means. That's not a word.
Am I the only person that
Vocabulary.
knows what hominy? Come on, El. You know what hominy is.
That's when you see a hot chick and you're like, hominy.
Hominy is basically grits. It's like grit clumps.
Let's take a look.
You're
Yeah.
making
Dude.
that up.
You're making grits even clumpier?
Yeah.
That's, nope, never seen this word or seen what this is. Hominy grits. It's produced from dead.
They look like hash browns.
How
Corn.
am I the most southern person in this recording?
This is
Makes
not
no
a southern
sense.
thing.
America.
This has to
I
be a
don't know.
southern thing.
I feel like it's southern.
Most of this crap that's bad for you is southern.
It looks like little bits of fried shrimp or something.
There's a hominy, Oklahoma.
I did
We
see that.
should, we should go live there.
Could probably get on the leaderboard there somewhere.
Speaking of hominy, Corey, what did you play this week?
Well, I'm glad you asked because I've been playing my Switch, guys.
Oh.
It's a fun little console once you get to know it. I've been playing Mario Maker 2, but you guys don't want to hear about that. There's no achievements in that.
Yeah, there's no achievements.
I know all about it, trust me. My son was addicted for a couple months, and now he's back on a Minecraft tear. But go ahead. Tell me.
I mean, it's just good. It's good fun. It's good Mario platforming, and it can be as easy
and
or as hard as you want.
How do you pick which levels to play?
So far, I've done a couple of endless modes, which, if you're not familiar, you pick a difficulty, easy, normal, expert, or super expert. I'm sticking to expert. And you just are given an amount of lives, and you go until you run out of lives. And I've also looked up a couple creators I watch on Twitch that for their super hard levels that I'm not good at, but got further than I figured. But aside from that, I have been getting achievements on my Switch with Ori and the Blind Forest. I know Nate was complaining about not being able to read the small text in handheld mode, but I have come past that, and I completed the game, Ori and the Blind Forest.
Really?
Without spending an ability point. So, that was
but
a nice
Koosh
juicy
can't
win.
read the E on an eye chart, so he's not one really to ask.
No, I said that the character of Ori is so small on that tiny screen that after playing the game for half an hour, I couldn't read a web page. Like, everything was just, like, blurry. I said, okay. I can't play for an extended amount of time on that. So I've been playing in the docked mode.
Yeah, I've barely played my Switch in docked mode its entire life, which is it's been over a year. It's been almost a year. It's been over a year. I don't know, something like that. But I've put more time into it in the past week or two that I have since I've had it. But I actually completed Ori and the Blind Forest for the first time.
The story
On the Switch. And it actually caused me to go back to the Xbox version and complete that one as well.
Ooh, nice.
I apparently it stopped right in the fire section, if you know what that is. It was pretty close to the end.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing back then, so it's like a it's a very messy percentage run. Like I spent some ability points, but didn't get all the ability points, and I missed secret areas and stuff like that. So that was just a normal complete the game run. But the Switch one was done without using any ability points. So next,
you went back to the DE or the standard?
Standard. I have not played DE yet on Xbox.
Okay.
So that will be fun.
The standard is harder because I don't think you can teleport and other things.
Well, I noticed in the very last scene that you play in Ori, on the Switch version, I died, and it put me back, I don't know, halfway. On the Xbox non-definitive edition version, you have to do that whole thing in one go.
I do remember failing that.
You do not get a checkpoint. So that was the first thing I noticed with the definitive edition, as well as the ability to travel between the save points, the major save points. You can save wherever you want in the game, but the major save points in the definitive edition, you can fast travel. So my next go at the game will likely be hard mode and try to get 100% all the ability points and all that.
Well, you might want to rethink that. Hard mode, you do not get enough ability points to be able to allocate them all to all the abilities. Yeah, so you have to play on normal or I think normal. I think you have to play on normal in order to get for there to be enough ability points to spend them on all the talents.
Okay.
In hard mode, you have to choose what talents you want.
So, okay. Well, is that the only thing that makes hard mode hard? Less ability points? Probably
difficulty.
You get harder hits.
You take more damage. You do less damage. So it does make it a little bit more difficult, but it also, I'm pretty sure, in the solution that I read, that the ability points are limited in hard.
Okay. I figured the no ability spending on easy is kind of a good primer for hard because I had only the basic stuff.
Well, now that you've done the whole thing on easy, my understanding was that you can go back, create a save point, then spend all the points.
Yeah, the only thing is that I wasn't following a guide, so I don't know if I've missed anything. Gotcha. I know that there's one special area, but
yeah, okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
Sorry.
I don't plan. I'm glad I finished it before Will and the Wisp, and I would like to do a lot more in it because there is a lot more. One life mode will not happen. I can tell you that now. I'm not going to have the patience to do that. But that does mean I still have a couple more runs of different difficulties and modifications and the whole definitive edition on Xbox that I can do. So we'll see. It actually was the cause. The Ori on Switch was the cause for me to hit number 1 in Tennessee the past week. So that was fun.
Hashtag humble brag.
Yep. Butt Stallion taken down.
But
nice.
But
he's just going down in all forms and fashions, which we can mention later. But aside from that, what has been on your plate, Nate?
Oh my gosh,
that's great.
So
he's probably played 72 different games.
Ruined the joke.
Wants to mention every single one.
Yeah, well, I was just going to mention them each in alphabetical order and sing a verse about each one. So let's start with...
Cue Jeopardy song here.
Let's start with Spider-Man Web of Shadows. So I am at 199 completions, and I am trying to get this one done before I knock out some stuff that's going away on Game Pass this month. I don't know if it's going to happen. And the reason for
want this to be your 200th?
Is in Spider-Man Web of Shadows. Now, the reason I'm doing this one is because this is my 200th game that I've started that I haven't completed. So I was trying to think, okay, what can I do that's special for 200? And I thought, well, maybe I'll try this. I may rethink that because there's an achievement for getting all of the collectibles in this game, of which there are 1,080. And there's
many?
Yeah, 1,080. And there's that's ridiculous.
Insane.
And there's no in-game tracking until you get 1,000. then the game helps you with the last 80. Apparently, they put little dots on the map to help you go find those last 80. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing this. I started last night running around the perimeter of the made-up state of New York, city of New York, and was basically just grabbing any ability orb that was visible from the water. And then I plan on kind of working my way in, just going up and down streets, basically, and trying to get everything. Hoping that I get 1,000 that way, and then can get help with the last 80. But
that's crazy.
The problem with this is an old game, and the camera is really not great. And I thought last night that I was getting the flu, because like out of the blue, I started feeling kind of sick. Like, now I don't normally get nauseous, but this camera makes me nauseous. Turned out it's not the flu.
Really?
I think it's this camera. Yeah, it's so bad. It's just the way it swings around is so bad that I think I might be getting the flu. Or it made me think I was doing that. So I'm going to try it again tonight, tomorrow, and see if I can make a little bit more progress on that part. It does require 2 full playthroughs, choosing the red suit path and then choosing the black suit path. So, yep. So I'm going to try it.
Camera aside, is it actually a decent Spider-Man game?
Well,
pretend like you've never played the PlayStation version.
You knew exactly where I was going.
Oh, wait,
with
the PlayStation. No, never mind.
The PlayStation game is just so good. But luckily, it's been months since I've touched that. This game is not bad.
Luke Cage is in this? That's awesome.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Luke Cage is in it. Black Cat. A couple other people. Wolverine's in it. Moon Knight is in it. He's kind of weird and out there. But yeah, nice. It was actually reminding me of the Superman Returns game on the 360. Just the way that you lock, the way you target and find bad guys. It was very similar to it. Not saying that's good or bad. Most people probably assume that's bad.
Bad.
Yes. But it reminded me of that. But that was the first game that I thought was maybe worth mentioning because it made me ill.
It made you ill, so it's worth mentioning. All right.
Speaking of being ill, L?
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, ill, L, it's
Are you contagious?
No.
Huh. Don't give me the flu. Oh, crap. So, last week I mentioned that I got 399 completions, and I was trying to decide what I was going to go for my 400th. Much to Corey's dismay, I decided to go with Demetrios, which I think is a hilarious game. And I played through this game legit, which was probably a mistake, but I don't care. I had a lot of fun doing it. Because if you use the guide, you're going to miss out on a ton of stuff. Because you can try to use any item on anything, and there is... there'll be a dedicated piece of dialogue to that thing. They put so much in the game.
This reminded me of my rant I kind of told you about last time. Are you sure you didn't use a guide?
100%.
Me?
Yes.
Obviously.
On my first playthrough, I did not.
Okay, first.
So
that's key here.
I missed stuff. So if I think I want to kind of do a something on this game to try to help people do the right thing. There's a good walkthrough on TA, but I really think that if you follow that, you're going to miss a lot. Maybe if you use it just for the cookies on each screen, stuff like that. But there's two big missable ones that involve. And if you miss them, you have to play through the whole game. But any of the other ones, you can use chapter select. I was actually talking to, I think it was Chopan. He told me he used the guide and still missed one of the missables. The one for leaving your faucet on. So I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, Corey. If you remember.
I mean, it doesn't surprise you that I used the guide for this game.
It doesn't surprise me, no.
It's a point and click. That's the only way to play them.
You can use the guide to solve the puzzles, but this game has a lot of funny dialogue. So knowing you probably skipped all that stuff too and just wanted your points, right? Yeah.
I read it for a good 10 to 20% of the game. It was funny.
You have no sense of humor.
But it was funny, but it got old.
And it's a French guy, and he translated the whole game into English.
Like a croissant.
Kenny, shut up.
So I'm looking, and the achievement that I have an issue with is not labeled as missable. So I probably could have corrected myself, but I screwed myself instead.
Tell me, because I know the game very well now.
So there's an achievement for
you literally did all the game
or experiencing all game overs. You can die many different ways in this game.
Yes.
There's like I don't know, 67 different ways.
Yes.
Over 6 chapters. How many? It's like 67 different ways or something like that. Like put your finger in a electric socket.
Right. All the things it'll say. It'll say, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And you say yes, and you die, and you see a funny game over screen, but you don't lose any progress or anything. They want you to do these things, and so the dialogue will even reference some of these game overs.
And so I, during the G Task ABC challenge, I revisited this game, and I was going to finish it because I was right at the end. I was deep into chapter 6, and I just wanted to beat the game. I beat the game, and I have this achievement left, Game Over Expert, getting all game overs, is at 97%. Somewhere along the way, I missed a couple game overs. And I thought, let me just try to play a trick on Xbox and delete my save, just get 3 game overs, and be on my way. And when I did that 97% tracker went down to 3%.
What?
Yeah. And so here's the kicker. You want to know the big kicker?
I know what it's going to be.
Guess how much gamer score this achievement is worth?
Yeah, I saw that.
Guess how much TA this achievement is worth?
It's
0 and
You're going to
0.
be so mad. You're going to be so mad, Corey.
So before you tell me that, and I get mad, Demetrius will never be played again on my tag. The completion, I have 1,000 gamer score. That game is complete. Not according to TA standards.
Asterisks. Corey.
It lost all credibility when that happened.
You're going to be so mad.
Tell me.
There is, in the game, a list of all the game overs that you have gotten.
Well, mother ever.
And it tells you what chapters you got them in also.
And there's a nice walkthrough on TA that tells me by chapter the ways you can die.
Correct, but you could figure out which one you're missing. Is my point? Because I went through the game and missed. Because I went through on my second run, I still missed a couple of game overs, but it tells you which ones you got. And mother effer is correct.
Yep.
so the game.
Yeah.
I remember you did something like that for the guards between.
You didn't look to see if there was the stats. Or is there a stats page?
There's a big thing that says game overs, and it lists them all.
That game seems too simple to have stats.
Okay.
It's not too simple. After you beat the game the first time, the developer actually comes on the screen and says, if you have the time, play this game a second time and try to find everything. We know you're a completionist. So, I don't know. I think the game's hilarious.
It's funny that it happened when it did, because with the ABC challenge, I had to play a lot of stuff. And not to go into them too much, but I also had to play Western Press and Reagan and Gorbachev.
Yeah.
Both of those games also have 0-point achievements that I'm no longer going to get. Western Press is BS multiplayer achievement. Reagan and Gorbachev just hadn't tried, but I'm off of 0 gamer score achievements. I'm done. No, you don't need them in this world.
Now, do you need them to get to completion, or is it just 1,000 gamer score for the completion?
I'm back on the gamer score train, so F those completions.
You sure you're not just stockpiling these for the next TA contest?
You stockpiling the 0 pointers?
6 hours of Demetrius to game over 67 times.
With the guide, it was more like 2. So
my tracker says like almost 7 hours.
My tracker says 40-something hours.
I know. I looked because
I don't know why.
Lying. I was like, he's lying.
I don't know. I played it so much.
You must know, like, had your Xbox on overnight or something.
Yeah, totally. Well, honestly, in the game, if you get stuck, there's an in-game hint system, which is the cookies that you find. So if you get stuck, you could just eat a cookie, and it gives you a small hint, then it gives you a medium hint, then it's like, here's how you solve it, idiot, and then it tells you what to do.
What kind of cookie? Is it chewy or crunchy?
They're chocolate chip cookies.
Okay.
They're just sitting out in the open, so they have to be stale.
They're all gross, and that's part of the fun. It's like, oh, what cookie? So the moral of the story is I completed this game, and I didn't get a milestone. I'm like, what the hell is this? What happened? Once again, Corey, this is all your fault. Where the bees make honey, got a title update, so I lost a completion. So
you're about to lose another one.
Funny, right there.
So
funny.
I did not get the milestone until I completed my next game, which I guess I'll talk about after somebody else goes.
Sure, Kenny can go. That's fine. So last night I was going through. I'm looking at the Microsoft rewards, and I'm like, okay, do I want to do a quest? What do we got?
That's his idea of the game, Microsoft quests.
Well, I need the points because I'm really hoping Crash Team Racing is going to be on sale come Black Friday, so I'm saving up my points to get that. But either way, I saw that there was a quest for Dead Cells.
Speaking of remakes.
So I just decided to jump into that. And everyone seems to be loving this game. Everyone's talking about it. Played it for... Does TA tell me how long I've played this one? No. I probably played this game for about an hour and a half-ish. It's alright. I probably just made a lot of people scream by saying that, but it's alright.
You played this on the console version?
Yes. Yeah, I started playing on the console version, and then I realized after about an hour or so, I'm like, oh, I should have did this on the Win 10 version because they have those glitches, and you can get some of the end game stuff real easy. I had no idea what I was doing when I jumped in this. Absolutely no idea. Honestly, I kind of still don't know have an idea what I'm doing. I'm just kind of playing.
Well, you've only died 4 times. You have a lot more to go.
Yeah, I know that this is a game where you're supposed to die a gajillion times. But yeah, I'm just kind of going through killing, and I was trying to remember back when you guys were all talking about this game when it first came out of how to actually upgrade to get the permanent bonuses. I'm like, I have all these cells. Where the heck do I spend them? And then eventually I got to the next part, the what was the next? The Promenade of the Damned. And it's just like, oh, now I can spend these points. That's nice.
And that gave you your first achievement.
Yes, and that was the first achievement. I'm really surprised, unless I haven't died enough. I was kind of expecting a die for your first time achievement. That just seems like a basic achievement for this type of a game. Unless there's a die 10,000 times achievement or something like that. I didn't really look through the list too much. I kind of did a vague overview, saw there's a couple just, get to X spot and unlock an achievement, so I just jumped in.
Yeah, it's funny. I was big on the hype on the game. I got it the day it came out, and you've already played more than I have. It's never sat with me.
That's
not that it was a bad looking game, not one that I wouldn't go back to, but it's just what roguelites. Just I need to go in it and give it a little bit more time. It's pretty much the same for all roguelites, it seems, for me.
Well, I think we were also thinking it was more Metroidvania before.
Yeah, that was
playing
part
it
of
on the PC. Yeah, we were kind of looking forward to it as probably. I think people were calling it a Metroidvania, and it's not quite so much.
So I was thinking this was a Metroidvania. I just noticed that TA has it listed as a roguelite and platform. It's like, oh, because this seems like it would be a Metroidvania at the same time.
I mean, it's more roguelite, yeah.
It would be if it had it would be if you didn't start over every time.
Yeah.
And the map changes too, because I haven't actually played it yet.
Semi-procedurally generated, right?
Yes.
The specific pieces are all pieced together, but from this map or from this level, you can always get to these 2 levels, and from this level, you can always get to these 2 levels. So that is consistent, but everything from point A to point B and C is random.
Sounds like our good friend Sundered.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that. I'd say much prettier.
See,
Yeah.
and that's just one of these things. With that style of graphics, it's just not my thing. That's all it is. Like, I just kind of look at it and go, it's okay. I don't know, it's just something about, I guess because I didn't grow up in the time of all these, old person graphics, that when I look at them, I just go, eh.
Old person.
And I don't know, I'm 8-bit, 16-bit, whatever the crap you call it. I don't know. It's all the same to me. It looks old. It looks old, so.
But it's so fluid. Like, the animation is so fluid.
It definitely is. And playing it, it's not like, you click a button and then there's a lag and it takes forever to actually, attack or whatever. And the platforming's nice, but I will say I did get stuck a few times. Like, one level, I was running back and forth for like 10 minutes, could not figure out where to go. And then realized I just didn't go to the right far enough. So that was kind of aggravating.
Always go to the right.
Always go right.
Seems like you.
I was even looking at the map. I'm like, I've been everywhere. Where is it? And it's just like, it just wasn't unlocked enough.
You always have to go to the left, though, a little bit when you start a game. Like,
I
like in
did
Limbo.
go to the left on one game, or on one of the levels, actually in the Promenade, and I wanted to find a secret area, and that was an achievement. So it's like, oh, you always do go to the left.
Yeah, what else are you supposed to do, Koosh?
Always check waterfalls.
You got it. Always check behind a waterfall.
There's always something behind a waterfall. Maybe rocks, maybe wet rocks, but there's always something behind a waterfall.
Always.
Indeed.
TLC taught me not to chase those.
Nice. She did.
Yep. Yeah, that was Dead Cells. That was
chasing.
Okay. I'm probably going to jump back into it a little bit more just because of how much hype it is and how much everyone loves it.
Gonna have a new parody to sing.
I believe it's now back to Corey.
Well, I'm going to spoil my own milestone in Brag Camp a little later, but I hit 300,000 gamer score yesterday.
Woo!
Thank you.
Way to go.
It was kind of a weird, what was it? Yesterday was a Monday night, so I don't really put in a lot of easy gamer score during the week, like in one day. And I need to do it because I've been sitting in like the 290s for what seems like forever, even though it hasn't been that long. And so I was about 2,300 gamer score away from 300,000. So I was like, tonight's the night. The kids are in bed. The dishes were done. And here we go. So I threw in Hyper Jam, Super Box Land. Hyper Jam was the other day, but that was part of the push. Super Box Land Demake, One Night Stand, and SlabwellOri. Now, Hyper Jam is very easy if you have 2 controllers, but you do need up to 4 for the completion. It's one of those you just play against yourself, beat yourself up, beat your guest up a little bit, and you'll get that completion in no time. I believe it was an hour or less. Super Box Land Demake, you have to basically play 40 levels. It's a Radalike game, and I played 18 before I consulted our friend at Bills, who led me to victory on the last 22.
That's about 16 more than I expected.
I just couldn't take it anymore. Like, it wasn't bad, but it was just the same thing over and over.
Just boring.
The last completion in that run, again, was One Night Stand, Radalike game. Mentioned before by Mr. Koosh and Elroy. One funny thing did happen while I was playing is during one of the endings, if you don't remember, you have to play the game 14 times to get different endings. One of the endings gave me an error, and it was actually like a coded error. Like the game had messed up, and I was trying to figure out if that was the game or if it really did mess up. And I was given a couple options, like ignore, copy the text to clipboard, stuff like that. And like the admin in me, I'm always telling users, give me the details of the error, send them to me. So I was like, I'm just going to click copy to clipboard because I don't know what kind of clipboard Xbox has. Well, apparently it's not a good one because when you click that, the game crashes. It's okay. I didn't lose any progress or anything like that, except for getting credit for that ending that I was on at the time. I got the achievement related to it, but in that particular game, you have to get all of them, and you have to do one particular thing on your phone to get the last achievement. So when I went back and thought I was done, I noticed that was missing, so I just redid it again. Luckily, that was a quick playthrough. It did the same crash, but this time I clicked ignore, and it went through fine. I think Koosh mentioned it. He might not have, but it has something to do with autoplay and fast text going on at the same time. I was able to duplicate it, so it's definitely something that's an issue. But if you do run into that, ignore is your friend there, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah, I thought I mentioned that, but yeah, the game crashed on me twice. So it was definitely that one achievement you mentioned for escaping, and then I think there was another one. I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, I found that when I had fast forward and or autoplay on, that's when I got the crashes. If I turned those off and then completed, so I turned them off at the last step and then completed the last step, and then there were no errors. So I think it does have something to do with those options.
Yeah, I definitely think.
Thought I mentioned it, so sorry.
Yeah, I definitely think I got an extra playthrough in there too, just by how you're just clicking A, and you're like, I didn't mean to click that, just like you guys mentioned last week. And then the last game is one that I have not completed yet, but it did put me over the line for 300K, and that is Slabwell. This is a newer game, if you haven't heard about it. It came out beginning of October. It is a puzzle game, and let me think of the best way to describe it. You are a person moving on a board, and you have to hit all the tiles, but you can rewind, and once you hit all the tiles, that board's done. There's 70 levels. It looks like, based off the achievements, there's 2 achievements that you are multiplayer based, maybe. I haven't really gone through like a walkthrough of it, but they look like they can be done fairly quickly. But most of the achievements, if not the rest, are for just completing different levels, completing the worlds, and that's through the 70 levels. Now, if you don't want to play the game for 70 levels, you can hold select and RB to go to any level you want. You just next through each level. You stop at the levels that the achievements are related to, and you do those levels. Now, I only did the first level that this was required for, and that was level 10. And this particular board, again, you have to hit all the squares in the board to complete it. Some of the tiles have a 2 or 3 dot on them in this particular level, which means you have to go over that square multiple times. The only other catch to this kind of level, which I think was a special one, was that as soon as you start moving, you have approximately a second or two till a ghost follows you and tries to get you. So you cannot run into that ghost or else you die.
You gotta do it quick.
I did that level, what felt like 20 times. So I'm hoping that was supposed to be, level 10, one of the easier ones. So I'm not really looking forward to going back and trying to grind through this. Although there are videos out there, it just seems it's pretty fast paced, and it's going to take a lot of trial and error on some of these. So
TA has this listed the 1 to 2 hours. If you can just skip ahead to all the levels that you need to do, what makes this so long? It seems like it'd be a 0 to 1 hour in that case. Especially if you got a guide and you can just go, what tiles to hit.
It looks like there's about 7 different, 70 levels. It's probably every 10 levels is my guess, without watching the video, that you have to beat. And people might just be having issues like I did. Maybe I'm not alone in that some of these levels, even skipping to them, are going to take practice. Because
so 0 to 1 if you knew what you were doing.
Yeah, I was... like I said, it was the last game to put me over the hurdle for the milestone. And so I was trying to look for something like, I just need like 300 points pretty quick. And I I was able to do that with this one. Actually, it was 260 gamer score is what I got in, I don't know, 15 minutes maybe with this one. But
that's cool.
That was that's led up for the past few weeks with the ABC challenge, and just thought I'd hit that milestone. So that's been me since I've been gone.
One quick thing to point out about Slabwell is that the game does have buggy achievements, so it may or may not pop. So beware if you decide to go play this.
Yeah. One other thing to note is in the video, Bill says that. I mean, I wouldn't imagine he knows any insider information, but with the whole level skipping, he was like, "It's there now. Who knows if they'll ever patch it out?" So, I guess that's worth noting. If this is a game that you'd ever want to do, it's fairly cheap at $8 full price. You might be able to skip a lot of the game if that's your thing.
Yeah, and even though it does have buggy achievements, nearly 40% of people have completed it. That's tracked on TA, so
yeah,
it doesn't seem like it's too big of a problem.
Right. I've got 7 out of the 20 achievements in that little bit of time, and everything unlocked as I expected it to. So just a quick asterisk to put there. Nate, I guess we're back to you. What do you got now?
Well, I'll be brief. My second thing I want to talk about is Thief of Thieves, which is a Game Pass game that's going away at the end of the month. And this is by far my favorite of the Robert Kirkman contents on Xbox.
Isn't that the Costco brand?
It's the Walking Dead dude.
Walking Dead dude.
He wrote a game?
Yeah, well, he wrote Thief of Thieves.
Kirkland.
I guess is a comic book.
Oh, that's right. This is based off a comic.
Yeah, this is based off of a comic book. And it's listed on TA as a stealth game, but it's kind of more of a stealth point and click.
Gross.
The stealth isn't that bad. And I actually really enjoy this game. The stuff goes very quickly. So getting through, I think there's like 5 chapters, and each, that's not right.
There's 4 volumes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. So 4 volumes with multiple chapters each. And some of them are very quick. Some of the chapters are just dialogue choices, and you just
like
kind of sit
Telltale
through
style
and watch them. No. Maybe a little bit. You basically have 3 options. Sometimes you can have 3 options, sometimes just 2 during the dialogue. And I mention that because the most involved achievement in this game requires you to play through and make certain dialogue choices in the first volume, the second volume, and the third volume, all to pay off in the fourth. So maybe it pays off in the third. I'm not quite sure. I haven't gotten to the third volume yet. But when you're talking to one particular person, you need to answer in a certain way. And if you mess that up, you have to go back, I think, and replay those sections in order to get the third. So that is the most important thing that you want to pay attention to while you're playing this game. And if you look at the the forum for this game, it's like the second most popular or most recent thread talks about the progression or the order, the outline for what someone could do for a walkthrough. So there is no walkthrough. But the thread is called Achievement Order Roadmap Thing. Hope it helps. And it does actually help.
What I tell you.
Yeah. So if you're going to try to get this done before the end of the month, I recommend taking a look at that thread. And if you want to enjoy the game, don't pay too much attention to it. The volumes, like I said, they're short. You're going to have to play through them multiple times to get all the achievements. So I recommend, if you want to enjoy it, do a natural playthrough, at least for a little bit, just kind of get a feel for the game. Go back and do it. But then when you're really going to make your run for it, pay attention to that thread, specifically the very first achievement, where he talks about all the things you need to do in order to get that achievement all the way down in Volume 3 or Volume 4. That's what I'm going to hopefully get done before the end of the month, if I can stomach Spider-Man.
What's the completion estimate on that?
What is the completion estimate on that? It says 2 to 3 hours. That's a lie.
It says
Thief of
2 to
Thieves?
3 hours, and then every
It's one of those
Chapter after
telltale
that's
completion
2 to 3.
estimates.
Well, it says 2 to 3 hours exclude DLC packs. So
I think-
each one of the volumes is a DLC pack. I think that
Each volume says 2 to 3 as well.
yeah,
6 to 8.
it's
10-ish.
pretty close.
It's a big.
Did
pill
you
to swallow.
mention the achievement values?
Oh yes, they are strange values. Thank you. Each achievement is 18 points.
That's
so
obnoxious.
weird. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so you might want to pay. You
But-
might want to be
but
careful when you go
That
in.
that'll give certain people an incentive to finish it up
Yeah, and it's not that expensive.
or
It's
get 5 at a
$20.
time.
How much
It's $20
for
I think-
everything? Every DLC. I guess everything's a title update, so you just buy one thing, right?
Yeah, you pay $20, you get the whole thing.
So it's probably is completable in a week, but you have
Yes.
to dedicate time to it.
Pretty much, yeah. You're going to have to be making this your main focus if you're going to do that.
Did you use that achievement roadmap thing?
Yeah, I've used it a little bit. I specifically for the one achievement I was talking about where you have to make all the dialogue choices. It's a fun game. I like going in and I like trying different things, and then I eventually go and start just getting the achievements. But yeah, I recommend it.
One thing to point out, though, since this is in Game Pass, you do get a 20% off if you want to buy it before it leaves Game Pass. So, I mean, $20 takes it down to
I think
16,
it's-
but something's better than nothing.
Yeah.
So, if you're
It's-
if you want to complete it, don't look at
Get
the time.
it done.
Yeah, definitely get it done.
All right, Al, what you got?
Well, so I guess I'm spoiling my hashtag brag camp, hashtag proclamation point, hashtag enter hashtag here. So I did wind up getting my 400th
Try and figure it
completion,
out. Yay!
and it was on a rat that people actually seem to like, and that's my big sister.
I need to finish
Um,
that. I enjoyed the little bit I played.
So actually very similar to Demetrius was the way I played this game. I went through it on my own, or at least halfway. And then Michelle wound up needing it for something or other. So we went through the game with the guide. Because that game has so many missables.
Wait.
I
Elliot
know.
used a
Elliot-
guide?
Elliot does use guides. Sometimes.
What? And you yell at Corey for doing that.
I think the culture of going through every game you play with a guide in your hand is a little out of hand these days. There are certain times where, of course, I use a guide. And of course, I look up solutions. But
I mean, I'm not going to say nothing. I used a guide for this as well.
No, but I did not use a guide. But on one hand, there's a lot of missables. And on the other hand, it's fun to figure out stuff by yourself. But this game's only an hour or two at most. And it also does have a chapter select once you beat the game. So I was able to clean up very easily.
Is there
So that
any
was
significance to making that your 400th completion?
Actually, not really. Just trying to clean up the tag a little bit before
He wanted to make a good Ratalaika
before
for
my
something special.
before unleashing today's shiny new purchase,
Oh boy.
WWE 2K20.
Shiny? From what I hear, it's a shiny turd.
Well, never mind the fact that trending on Twitter was fix WWE 2K20.
Oh,
Never
wait,
mind.
it's shiny because they're greasy.
Never mind the fact that even TA made a news article about the glitchiness of this game.
Did they really? Holy crap.
Never mind the Reddit called WWE 2K20 is an absolute disaster with 20 or 30 bullet points.
Oof.
I have played the game, and they changed the controls a little bit. So finishing move used to be Y, and now it's X and A together. So that is weird, because it's usually when they change controls, they try to streamline things a little bit. So now reversing a move is Y instead of what used to be the right trigger. So not quite sure why they did that. Takes a little bit to get used to, but you'll get used to it.
Makes it
Then if
like
I
a
go back to
different
the-
game.
Then if I go back to the older games, yeah. So I think what happened is that Ukes, the developer for many, many years, wound up leaving. So a different developer had to take over with a couple months left. And I guess with contract or whatever else, they had to get the game out. They couldn't just skip a year. I'm sure the game will make money anyway, although there are a lot of people getting refunds. But I think the people getting refunds just start doing it, and then they want to post on social media that they got a refund. And
I mean, despite there being glitches, which I'm not entirely. I mean, it's a big release. First, it's a move from developers. I would expect there to be glitches, although I mean sometimes that's unexcusable. But I think you have said it. I don't want to put words in your mouth, so correct me if I'm wrong. And I've seen it on Twitter by my people I follow. They're just regular people playing games, regular gamers. They said despite its glitchiness, it's still fun to play. The
gameplay itself is fine.
Wrestling fans are still going to have fun.
So unfortunately, if there's bad glitches, it could ruin the whole match and make the match make you have to quit out. So people will go floating in the air. But this stuff happens every year with these games. So
sounds like Elder Scrolls.
The big thing this year seems to be the hair is all over the place.
That was really bad with the one dude with the ponytail.
And that was a chick. But
was it?
So
with a really long ponytail and the sunglasses?
Yeah, that was Bianca Belair. That's a lady. So
no, it wasn't.
She's the man.
No, that's someone else.
Oh,
that's Becky Lynch. I mean, and also the thing about this game for me is that it's the one physical game I buy per year because I get the collector's edition, and it came with an autographed plaque by the wrestler Edge, who I bet Corey has even heard of.
No, I know Edge. I didn't know he was still around or relevant or alive.
He's not. He's not.
I thought that was Jericho.
He's not around, but the premise or the the selling point. One of the selling points is that it's the 20th anniversary of SmackDown. So he was a notable SmackDown guy. So he and Rey Mysterio and Kurt Angle signed a bunch of stuff, and I guess you get a random one. So I got Edge.
You happy with that?
I'm fine with it. It's pretty.
Is it good quality?
Yeah, it's nice.
It looks pretty cool. I saw a picture you posted.
And the other thing I got, which I don't understand the fascination with this, have you ever seen, you don't collect cards at all, right? Maybe.
Me? Collect cards? No,
not Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
The several thousand cards over there.
All right, well, tell me if you've heard of this. What they do is they have something called cut jersey. So they'll take someone's jersey and they'll cut it up into pieces and then put it on a card.
Yep.
And then it's a collectible, and they number them. So this was a piece of the ring.
A couple of football cards like that.
Yeah. So they did this with the ring. I guess you call it the apron. So they did this, but it's numbered to like 30,000, so it's not like the most rare thing in the world.
You have some dude's DNA now?
Maybe. Tell me more. Now I like it a lot.
What does it smell like?
Hold on. Oh, you mean the collectible.
So how much does a wrestling collector's edition go for?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know how much you paid.
It just gets done.
They just said money, and he said here.
It's $100. It was $130. But
that's not that unreasonable. There's more expensive collector's editions out there.
But it was at Best Buy.
True.
It was at Best Buy, and we had some Best Buy money left over. And we do this thing on our phones called shop kicking, where you go into stores and scan items, or if you just walk into certain stores, you get points, and they give you Best Buy money. So if you do that for a while, you get some Best Buy money.
I didn't actually think that would work. I would have been doing that this entire time.
Oh, it's great. There's no catch. You just go in and scan stuff, which is fun. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt. So that's the anniversary edition. There's a deluxe edition that is 100. It's 90. So that basically just comes with DLC type stuff. So it comes with
Gross.
that. It comes with that too. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
have fun with it. With that said, the other thing, because I suck, is that on my RTTL, I had the achievement to start the career mode of 2K19, which I hadn't started yet from a year ago.
How have
Whoops.
you not started that?
Because
This
I
is the
suck.
one game that you look
I
forward
know.
to each year,
Because
and you haven't even started.
I don't know.
Shame
Like I
on
said
you.
a few weeks ago, I still have 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 now. Wow, awesome. Yeah, gotta catch up. Gotta catch up.
Yeah, you want to be
But I'm still
Gotta
excited
catch 'em
about it. Stop that. Leave the bad puns to me.
No.
Leave the driving to us. Oof, that's bad.
All right,
So, who's next?
That would be me. I'm going to jump into the conversation. I jumped into Jump Force. Have you guys played this game at all?
No.
I downloaded it last night.
Well, you jumped into the conversation and forced your way in as well, so that was double trouble there. Good job.
So, once again, this is another Microsoft Rewards quest, and oh my god, I want to play this game with all of you, and I want to be able to see your reaction when playing this, because you guys will hate this game. And I really want Elroy to play this, because I think we need to have an anime update with Elroy on this game.
Hadouken!
Wrong anime. So if you don't know what this is, it's Jump Force, because there's a company called Shonen Jump that produces a whole bunch of different animes, and hence the name Jump Force. It has like Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, and Naruto. And it's a fighter. It's a fighter, and it's very, very, very meh. I played it just a little bit, just enough to be able to get 3 achievements in it, and honestly, I don't think I'm going to jump back into it.
Oh,
You have to really force yourself to play it.
I am. I'm really going to have to force myself to play this one. The story so far is, and I can't believe I'm actually going to say this because it is like anime, but it is so convoluted. It's so just dumb. And the best part, do I actually want to say this? Yeah, I'll somewhat spoil it. Just at least for Nate's, so he'll be excited for this. All the game is in Japanese. They have English subtitles, but it all speaks in Japanese.
Well, if you didn't sell me yet, then oh boy.
So I should go uninstall.
Oh man, I would love to know what your thoughts on this game is, because I know you're going to be banging your head against the wall with this, especially because when it comes to a lot of the anime, all of their voices are very high pitched and annoying. So knowing your reactions with this is going to be great. And also, I do want to say, if you care about your tag and you are a completionist, you're probably not going to want to put this game on your tag, because there is an obtain all achievements achievement, and there's an achievement for every single character getting all S ranks, and it sounds like something you actually have to be good at the game in order to get. So
Yeah,
but
that's
if you
one
don't
of my
care about
deciding
that,
factors in the game. If I see S rank, I'm immediately out.
Oh, but
Yeah,
you
I
have to play
don't
Crimson Dragon, in which there are S ranks and A ranks and A double plus ranks and S ranks and yes, B plus, B minus.
but if you don't care about it, and
my
you just want to
heavens.
do the Microsoft Rewards quest, get the achievements. There's 3 super easy achievements that you can do to hurry up and get it over with.
What would those be?
Those 3 would be the achievement titles: is building an army, this party is just getting started, and then fanfare. So basically it's 2 achievements-ish, kind of, I guess you can say. Once you go through all the story and the tutorial, you'll eventually end up in like a main hub area. And at this point is when you can start to unlock these achievements. The first one is to register characters in all of the preset team slots. Super easy. You just press start, go to battle options, and then pre-made preset teams, and you just fill them out. Once you back out, bleep bloop, achievement. And then the second/third achievement is to use emotions 100 times. Well, once for 10 times, once for 100 times. This is super easy, and it will take you, a minute. Basically, you hold RB, and brings up like the circle menu, and you just move the left stick to one of the motions, let go of RB, and then it starts to do it. The nice part about this is you don't actually have to let the animation finish. So, when you first hear 100 times, it's like, oh god, this is going to be terrible. 10 minutes just watching your character like wave hello or something. Well, in all honesty, all you have to do is just like keep your like left stick up and just hold RB. As soon as the menu pops up, let go, repeat process, and you can do it super quick. Like I said, I got it done in like a minute. So 3 easy achievements.
TMI.
That you can quick grab.
Good to know.
I'm not going to say the other thing.
Decent TA if you're still in GTASK and you care. I mean, I got 60 gamer score super easy and 154 TA. So, I mean, not that bad for a couple minutes worth of work. But yeah, that was Jump Force. I'm probably going to uninstall this game. I have other things I would much rather play over this. Maybe if the news comes that it's leaving Game Pass, I might jump back into it just to complete it because it does have Dragon Ball Z, and I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan. And Naruto. So, I don't know.
And One Piece.
Actually, no, I've never watched One Piece.
And Area 51.
Doubt.
Let's see. I guess back around if you have anything you want to finish up.
So, one thing I got into this week was the xCloud beta.
Lucky.
Oh, right.
Yes. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I was pretty happy to get into that. So I also purchased some clips to go along with it. And I want to real briefly say from my experience, the clips are basically things you attach to your controller that will hold your phone for you.
Gotcha. Okay.
I purchased the SteelSeries Smart Grip initially, and I was testing that out without xCloud, just kind of hold my phone while I was playing, looking at a guide or whatever, and just checking out TA. And that controller clip is fine, but it constantly hits the Bluetooth pairing button. And when it does that, your controller stops working. So that's annoying. The one thing that's really nice about it is that the viewing angle is adjustable. So you can turn a screw, and then adjust to the angle you want, and then lock it down tight. Nice thing about that is you can play while lying in bed, and your phone doesn't fall forward, doesn't slap you in the face. So
that's appealing.
That's what's nice about the SteelSeries. However, that pairing button is kind of a deal breaker. The clip that seems to be working the best is the Jovitech, or the Jovitec Jovitech foldable controller clip, and it is designed for the Xbox controller, and it does not, even though it snaps over the same area, it's got a gap that prevents it from hitting that pairing button. So I haven't had any issues with that. The problem with it is that it only has 2 positions that the phone can be in. If you try to watch this while you're lying down, it is going to smack you. So don't do that. Both of them have a little stand clip, so when you set your controller down, it's just like a kickstand. So I recommend that Jovitech that I saw somewhere else. I think it was Jez. I think Jez Corden recommended it. Or
I'll put
Windows
links in the show notes still.
Yep. So I recommend that. It's working pretty well. So the way it works is the first thing you do is you have to pair a Xbox Bluetooth controller with your phone. Now you'll know those because it's got the solid front of the controller. It's all one piece, doesn't have that 2-piece separation. After you get that done, you basically attach the clip to your controller, then you attach your phone to the clip, and you're good to go. You then launch the game streaming app, and you log in with your Xbox credentials. At this point, there's only 4 games that you can play. They're Gears 5, Halo 5, Killer Instinct, and Sea of Thieves. And you can launch into those directly. There's no need to update because all that stuff is done in the cloud. So basically, you just start playing the game. You fire it up. It takes a couple seconds to a minute to basically load. You do sync down profiles and save data and stuff like that. But like I said, you never have to wait for an update. You basically just start playing the game.
Now, have you?
It's just. Mm-hmm.
Is it like when you stream the old way inside your house? Like you could turn your TV on and your Xbox is doing those motions?
Well, the menu system for it says that you can switch between xCloud and between console streaming. Now, I haven't tried the console streaming yet, but I assume that's exactly as it is on the PC. So if you were doing that, I think yes. But if you're doing the xCloud, no. xCloud is directly coming from a server somewhere. Yes. So playing those games is fine. It's a little bit laggy for me, and I think I have decent internet. It's a little bit laggy when firefights get intense. So in Gears 5, for instance, I just loaded it up to where I was in the first chapter, and I had a little bit of combat. I didn't think it was too intensive, and I had a little bit of stuttering. It was kind of hard to zero in on people that were very far away on my phone. Once again, we talked about that with Ori and the Switch, so I still see that issue. I played some Halo 5 with Prue today, and that was pretty good. I screwed up his score challenge that he wanted to do because I died because I haven't played the game before, and I died repeatedly and kind of messed us up there. But we got 3 achievements from that, so I was able to see achievements pop up, which is pretty cool. Looks just like it does. You're basically just looking at your TV, but in small form. Yes, there is no capture, so you can't capture a screenshot or a clip unless you use like your phone's shortcuts to do that, which I did do that just to see what it looked like. One thing that's annoying is that when you push the Xbox button, it shuts the app down. It like goes back to your home screen, at least on my Android phone, it goes to the home screen. And when I wanted to pull up that side menu. To pull up the side menu, you tap, there's like you tap the screen and then like a little Xbox button kind of appears at the top and like it's kind of grayed out a little bit. You click that and then the menu opens and you can do things like look at achievements.
That's weird.
Look at friends, invite friends, things like that. I did try to invite Prue into Killer Instinct because I really wanted to see the latency in a match there. For some reason, we could not connect either from xCloud to xCloud because Prue is also in the xCloud beta at this point. Could not match with him, but I was able to match with other people. I don't know if they were on console or xCloud, and I got handily destroyed because I don't know what the heck I'm doing there. And then I also loaded up Sea of Thieves. That game takes for freaking ever to load, but it does that on the Xbox as well. So I bailed out of that once it loaded it up. I said, okay, I'm done.
So were you able to, when you were talking to Prue, were you using like your Xbox console to talk with, or did you have your mic plugged into the controller talking through the xCloud servers, I guess you would call it?
Yeah, that's a great question. I did not test any of that stuff yet. I assume that it's basically just going to work just like Xbox chat. So if you had a headset in or earbuds that were plugged directly in, I assume it's going to work just like that. Okay. Now, it may also do it over speakerphone, and that'd be super annoying. So it'd be fun to test that out at some point.
So, what games did you say? You said Halo 5, Sea of Thieves, and Gears 5 you played?
Yeah, right now there's only 4 games available. They're Gears 5, Halo 5, Killer Instinct, and Sea of Thieves.
Killer Instinct, that was the one I was missing.
Yeah. So all these are, I believe, in Game Pass. So it's really no big deal that they're kind of giving these games away or access to these games away in the beta. But yes.
So we have access to these 4 games. I assume that this is just because this is the beta. Now, when this becomes full launch, is it actually access to your games that you have, like your complete collection, or is it only certain games?
It's a good question. I don't think anyone really knows yet. I'm going to assume that it's probably going to be tied to Game Pass. So you're probably going to have right. So you're not going to be able to get this without having Game Pass. So you're probably almost guaranteed to be able to access any Game Pass game. Yeah, I think so. Now, will they let you get all of your games?
I want to say
I don't know about that.
Not that it was confirmed or true, but it was developer opt-in to have it in xCloud.
Well, really? I would say probably Xbox One games you're obviously going to have a much better chance of having access to. But I don't know. I like it. It's fine. It's good for playing in the house. Right now, you cannot play this outside of a Wi-Fi. So if you're if you're on just cellular, it just doesn't work. It says no internet connection found, even though I clearly have an internet connection through cellular. Well, this is only the second wave of testing. Maybe they'll open that up in like the third wave or, later on. But as far as being able to have this work for me in the house when my daughter's playing something, I can go and do something with one of these 4 games. That's okay. For me, it's really going to be when I can get to the other games in my library or some other games that aren't first-person shooters or fighting games. Things like, I don't know, like story-based games or puzzle games or something like that is going to be more of what I would intend to use this for.
You said that you were testing it on Wi-Fi and it doesn't work over cellular. Have you checked it on like public Wi-Fi outside of your home?
No, I have not tested it on public Wi-Fi.
No, you need to go to Taco Bell,
bad deal.
Hook up to them, and they have to
Taco Bell.
Well, I may go to, just for you, I may go to Starbucks and try to do it from there.
Gross. Dunkin' Donuts is better than Starbucks.
I don't think Dunkin'
How
has
dare you,
Wi-Fi.
sir? The Chantico. Dunkin' has no Chantico.
Don't forget that Nate has a good job, so he goes to Starbucks.
Yeah, I like to spend money on burnt coffee. It's the way I like it.
$17.
Going back to what you said about playing certain games on this, trying to play Gears 5 or Halo or any first-person shooter, especially competitive, seems awful. I mean, I have the Note 10 Plus, and I have a big screen. Like my phone is huge, but I still think, playing any shooters on this phone would be terrible. That also may be because I don't have exactly the greatest vision in the world. But what really attracts me to xCloud is playing a lot of the simulation or management type games. Like the one game that I haven't played yet that I hear is fantastic and I really want to play it is like Graveyard Keeper. Everyone talks about that game, and that seems like a great game for this, because when I sit down on my console, I don't necessarily want to play a simulation game, something that's just kind of relaxing, you can kind of turn your mind off and play. But that would be that would be a great game to play, like when I'm upstairs on the couch sitting there watching a show with Brooke. I could be playing that game because I can kind of half pay attention to it while watching a show with her.
Well, keep in mind, you're supposed to be able to connect to larger devices as well, tablets, things like that. So you could play a first-person shooter on like an iPad or, a Samsung Galaxy tablet, and maybe it'd be a better experience there. But yeah, I totally agree. This is not for first-person shooters, or at least it doesn't work so well for me that way. I would much rather play something else.
I could see it working pretty well.
I didn't think about that.
Have you not seen Call of Duty Mobile?
Well,
biggest game out there.
My nephew plays that all the time, and I don't understand it. I guess it's just not me, but I don't know why you want to play a shooter on your phone. He Call of Duty Mobile, Fortnite. Why do you want to play it on the phone? You got an Xbox.
Not always
play on the
Xbox. They're old,
so much
man.
better. I mean,
I agree with Foof.
You're old too.
I don't know.
Why don't you guys want accessibility?
I don't know. It's just
it's about options.
What games would you want to play on the toilet? That is the important question.
I think that's going to be the really nice part about xCloud is, being able to play games on the toilet,
Yeah.
I'm all of a sudden I'm going to want to eat more Taco Bell because
I'm thinking more like on my lunch break at work, but okay.
Well, I was going to get to that.
That's totally what I meant.
Right.
Oh, lunch breaks, I'm absolutely going to be playing Xbox. There's no way I'm not going to be on Hulu or Netflix or YouTube anymore. I'm going to be playing Xbox. Yeah, that's one of the nice things about xCloud, because you can play on your lunch break. This will help us get to all those games on our backlogs that we just don't have the time for.
So how do you access the cloud?
It's an app.
You don't have an Apple device.
So right now
I do,
it's an app. So basically you just fire up the app on your phone, You log in with your Xbox credentials, and it has a list of games you can play. Right now, it's only those 4: Gears 5, Halo 5, Killer Instinct, and Sea of Thieves.
So it'll know which games you own?
Yeah, I mean, you're logging in with your Xbox account, so it in theory, it has access to your games list and whatever basically is opted into this program, you should in the future.
So you don't need your Xbox nearby?
No, there's 2 options with this. You can do xCloud. You can do xCloud streaming, which is directly from the xCloud servers, which is how I've been testing this. And then there is console streaming. So that's in your house over the network, just like you console stream to your PC, but now it's just to your phone. So that's the 2 ways they have set up so far.
It's going to be great.
Yeah. I mean, if I didn't work from home, I could see, going out to my car, going to Taco Bell or going go get lunch and then play for 15 minutes, a console quality game on a not console quality screen. I could totally see doing that. And I think that'd be great. For people, that's a great option.
For normal
I just wouldn't do it with a first person shooter.
If you don't want to do any of that, get a Switch.
So what games would you do it with?
On the contrary.
Okay, for the most part, Mario Maker 2 doesn't have achievements.
It's got in-game rewards.
So I think.
But what games would you do? Like Gems of War or like that type of game?
Nah, I wouldn't do Gems of War.
Oh my god! If
but what type of game would you do?
I'm going to be so excited.
So I think stroll playing games.
Those seem like the perfect game.
Puzzle games, platformers. Yeah, I would love a good platformer to test.
Something that if there's lag, that you won't be affected with Twitch. That's what I'm thinking. Something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So if the connection was an issue, yeah, something that's turn-based, something like that.
Right. That's
not so twitchy. But I was testing Killer Instinct, and now this was over my Wi-Fi, and I didn't notice any lag. That game was smooth. I lost the match, but that's because I'm no good at Killer Instinct. I've played it for maybe half an hour over the past couple of years, so I did not expect to win.
Yeah, and that's why I think like simulation games are going to be fantastic for this. Because, if
and you used your controller?
Lag, who cares?
I agree. And I think, I think they've been rolling out invites every week or every 2 weeks. So anyone that's signed up for that has still, there's still options to get into it and test things out. And hopefully they'll add more games of different genres that we can test. Okay, well, this is a card game. This is all those other things we wanted to try.
Right. I feel like that's 4 good games, good big name games. That's a decent test, especially since they are online. Yeah, there you go. When you were playing Halo 5, do you know if it was only xCloud peoples you were playing against, or was it like...
Well, I don't know because Prue invited me in, but it looked like it was basically anything. Now, when I was playing Killer Instinct, it did have options in the game to choose from cross-play and cross...
That's where I was going with that.
Really?
I forget what the other one was. But, it had like 2 different cross pools that you could choose from. But basically, you're playing on an Xbox console in a data farm somewhere. So...
Interesting.
It's basically just an Xbox. You're just streaming the video output of it and sending controller commands to it. So I think these are the game that you see on Xbox. They're not creating a special version. They're just, handling, maybe some more latency or things like that. So,
yeah, that was one of the things I was thinking about. With crossplay, you obviously have, Xbox, PlayStation, PC, mobile. I was wondering if there will be another category with xCloud, and maybe if you turn crossplay off, maybe it could just be that easier to boost games like Killer Instinct.
Yeah, it could be that they just add that as an extra option. But for right now, it seems like everybody's in the same bucket. Your Xbox or your Xbox.
I'm excited for this. I think this is really cool.
Yeah, that's fun. I've played just a little bit, and it seems like they've got something. So I'm hopeful.
Sounds fun.
So we got a new segment we want to try. We're going to try out today. Deep dive, DP.
No, sir.
Call it.
Whoa.
I don't. Name's still pending. If you have an idea, bring it up. But we're going to take a game. We're going to go into it. I guess I'll let Nate and Corey lead the conversation on this, since you guys are the ones that have played this and have interest in it. I have no real interest in it. The game is Creature in the Well.
Yeah, well done. So
yeah,
I
no idea how to do that, how to segue or lead this one off, so we're just going to go with that.
Yeah, so I think this segment is mostly going to be focused on Game Pass games. So, and hopefully games that have gone into Game Pass recently, so that there's more time to try these, if you like what you hear. So the first game we're going to talk about is Creature in the Well. This is from the publisher and developer Flight School Studio, and it was released on September 6th, 2019 into Game Pass. It is both Xbox One and Windows, and it does, at the time that I played it, the PC did not have achievements.
It is not the case.
That may still be the
case. It's a Play Anywhere title.
So it is Play Anywhere. Okay, so the achievements, I swear I did things that should have gotten me achievements, and I didn't see any of them.
Sounds like a personal problem.
I don't... Yeah, so at the time that I played it, I don't think it was doing that. But... So this game has an estimate of 6 to 8 hours. I looked at my playtime, and I was at 9 hours and 29 minutes. Now, I'm assuming that the 6 to 8 is using a guide, or people who are better than me.
Probably that one.
So this game is about a robot who is tasked with fixing this planetary restoration system, or these subsystems that basically make this planet habitable.
The sewers.
And so you're supposed to go through and bring online like the backup power system, bring up the agriculture system, and things like that. You start out in a desert storm, you kind of walk in. So part of the game initially is figuring out where to go. This game doesn't hold your hand. So it doesn't tell you exactly what to do. You kind of have to figure some things out. A lot of things you kind of just learn as you're going through. For instance, the map system. On the map, there's 3 states to a room. One is you haven't explored it. One is you've completed it. And the other is that you've been there, but there's something yet to do.
Simple enough.
You'll want to pay attention to that as you're going through the map, because most of those rooms that say you're not done lead to a secret area. There are multiple dungeons, and each one of those dungeons is a subsystem. Inside of each dungeon, you'll find typically a cape, which is something you can put on your back. It does not give you any status. Some sort of weapon, which can give you status bonuses. Some do, some don't. And then a core. And the cores are important because they increase your damage by basically increasing the amount of charge that you can put on these, basically, what are pinballs? This is a pinball combat game.
Yeah, that's what makes this look interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. The genre is just action-adventure, because I guess they didn't want to call it action-adventure pinball.
They totally should have.
So this robot walks around, and he's got 2 different weapons. One weapon will basically charge a pinball, and then the second weapon will basically slam that pinball. And they call that striking and charging. Charging is basically just putting charge onto the pinballs, and once again, by increasing your orbs and adding more orbs, you can increase the amount of charge, and that charge equals damage that you do to things that the pinballs crash into. Both the charge and the weapon that you use to hit into things can have status effects as well. For instance, one of them will allow you to regain health if you happen to capture a red pinball. Another one will split a pinball into multiple pinballs as it shoots out, which is good for taking out enemies.
Even faster.
Yep. So if you're having problems, I didn't really use a guide until the very end when I was just trying to clean up getting all the collectibles. And I didn't really have a problem with this game, going through and just going from area to area and just exploring the maps. The maps are not that involved. I would say a dungeon takes, I don't know, somewhere on the order of 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how things are going for you, and to get through all the rooms.
So
you got a question?
When I look at the screenshots, I can just immediately go, "This is a Nate game," just from the artwork.
That's actually very funny because I don't like the art style of this game.
Really?
I thought I did. I like it, but it's so desaturated. And it's just kind of weird. Like, I would like it to be a little more crisp, but it grew on me. Like, it's just weird. The color scheme, the color palette, and the way they chose to do that I wasn't feeling it at first, and I'm okay with it at the end by the time I finish the game.
See, as soon as I looked at this, I'll be honest, I don't really have too much interest in this game. I watched the trailer. I watched the trailer, looked at the screenshot. I've kind of checked out the TA page on this, and it just looks okay. I like the idea of the pinball. I think that's very unique, the way you play pinball to kill enemies. So, I don't know, but what does turn me off is the art style. It's
everything that's not a AAA graphic turns you off.
Sort of, kind of. It just looks. I don't know. I don't know what.
I, for one, like the art style. I have only dived the game. I'm in the first real dungeon, but I'm having a ball. I think it's going to be a good time.
I see what you did there.
I think we should mention it's 1,000 gamer score and currently sits at 2,791 TA. So if you stick it out,
and it's probably likely not to really drop that much.
Yeah, I mean, I think people like it or they leave it. They don't
Game
just
Pass
stick it out.
Too.
I thought the game was. Yeah, I think it's the Game Pass inflation for sure. Like, this game would not have been played by, what is it, 8,073 tracked gamers. I don't think it would have gotten that had it not been on Game Pass. Looking at the achievements, they're mostly progression-based. So as you complete, basically, the tasks within the game, you're going to be unlocking those. And, of course, there's the collectibles, getting all the capes, getting all the weapons, and I forget what they call this second type of weapon, but, getting that as well. And then also getting all the bot cores. There's an achievement for getting all the lures, and the lures are found in the last room of each dungeon.
I was just about to ask about that.
Yeah. So after you, a dungeon is basically just a series of rooms that are connected. Sometimes, or like I said, every dungeon has at least one secret room that leads to a core and a cape, and typically also has a second secret room that leads to some sort of weapon or extra charge that you can get, because that is your currency. And then at the very end of the level, they're fairly linear. There's no kind of backtracking, or there's no like looping and things like that. So they are fairly linear. When you get to the end of a dungeon, you're going to have a series of combat screens against the creature in the well. And these start out pretty easy, and they, towards the end of the game, some of them get really challenging. Like I said, if they get really too challenging for you, you can go try a different dungeon for the most part. I think at one point you kind of are pushed into particular dungeon progression, but after a certain point you can go into whatever you want to. And you can get weapons and things like that, and more orbs that will basically help you, cores that will help you to get through maybe a challenging room or a challenging boss fight.
You mentioned that there's collectibles and you gotta find all the lore and the capes and such and such. Is there chapter select?
There's no chapters.
There's really no need for chapter select. It's kind of an open world hub.
Okay. That works. So you can go back if you missed something.
Yeah. You start in this little hub, and then you select which dungeon you want to go into, and then you just run into this common doorway that takes you to that dungeon.
It's the same with collectibles. Are they RNG or are they static locations?
I believe they are static locations.
Good. That makes that much better. So in all reality, unless you want to just beeline this and get it done as soon as possible, this is probably something that you should play once and then go back on a cleanup run, since you can do whatever, right?
I would say, this game it's an action game, so there's really no need for a guide except for when you're going to clean up. Yeah. Or if you're really having trouble, you can use the guide to kind of figure out, okay, well, where's the next orb or weapon that may or may not help me. But for the most part, I
Is there
didn't really
guides
need that.
that you know of?
Okay, so there's no text guide, but Bill's, and I think it's just Bill's, Achievement Land, has put together a guide, a video guide that goes through all the different collectibles. And part of that, he also talks about there is a kind of a secret area you have to go to get the last cape, and it also lets you go back to that first dungeon and then complete that first dungeon, which is part of one of the achievements for getting the full dungeon completion. I should also mention that there are some fun achievements.
Ooh, fun achievements. Okay.
Yeah, so these achievements are just kind of
it's not just
not
beat
really
the game.
There's not really like a challenge to them, and they're not really progression based, but they're just kind of fun things. Like there's an achievement for getting lost in the desert when you're just kind of walking around, you don't know where you're going.
Yep,
boom!
got
All of a
that
sudden,
one today when I died.
Sounds like a North
By
achievement.
accident.
Yeah, that one's fun. There's a fun one involving the janitor. I won't go into that too much because it might be fun for you to try to figure that out on your own. But it is in the solution. It's
in
not
the
too difficult.
description, I believe.
That's kind of fun. And then I think it's in the description. Well, the description just tells you that it has something to do. It says help Roger mop the floor, and I'm not going to tell you how you help him if you just want to try that out. It's just kind of fun. Like I said, it's not really difficult. It's just a nice thing to see. I like achievements that are just kind of goofy and fun. And that's also an easy one to basically set aside and play later. And that is pretty much it. I really enjoyed this game. Like I said, I didn't really like the art style so much, but I found myself, looks like I played this over the course of 3 days. So I played and completed it over 3 days. And when I was done, I was thinking about this game. I'm not going to say that it's not a great game, but the gameplay really got to me. And one thing I should mention about the gameplay is the original button layout is pretty horrible. It wasn't working for me. So I had to change it around so that strike for me was the Y button. That's where you launch the balls. Charge for me is X because you're going to hold that button down to add charge to the pinballs. Dash was A, and then the interact button was RB. Their defaults that they chose were just not good for
those,
my play
I never
style.
changed the controls, and those were my defaults, exactly as you described them.
That might be. I don't think so. I think I changed them. Now I did uninstall and I went back in, so it's possible. It's possible that I totally bungled that whole thing up. So I would just say, if that doesn't make sense for you, please go in and change the controls. I didn't for like the first half hour, and I was just hating it, and I was having a hard time in some of the rooms. I think once you get to some of the more complex combats where you have to move around and they've got enemies that are chasing you around the room, and then there's lasers and all sorts of stuff going on, that you're gonna find that their default layout is not great.
How's the story?
What story?
Assuming that there is one. Just by looking at it, it seems like there is a smallish one, if there is.
The story
one.
is all told through lore and through the minor interaction.
So well for Destiny.
Yeah, the minor interaction you have with NPCs. So I wouldn't say there's that much of the story, and the lore is kind of okay. It's nothing special. This game is all about the gameplay.
That's not too much of a surprise, just by looking at it and being an idea at Xbox. I didn't really think it's going to be this great big open world and this and that and this whatever.
Yeah, but as a free game on Game Pass, I highly recommend this.
I played it today and I've had fun, and I'm waiting to go back to it.
No, it sounds cool. I'm going to check it out probably on
it's funny.
my Surface and see if it runs there. I was sitting on the title screen the whole time. I intended to try it, but didn't get around to it. But as soon as you said it was Play Anywhere, but it doesn't look like it's Play Anywhere. It says
no, it's
Windows
I
10
achievements. There's only one stack.
Well, the difference is you can't go back and forth between the two
because it plays very crappy.
That's what Play Anywhere
on my
is.
Surface.
Oh, yeah.
Gross.
That's usually what happens, unless It is Play
luckily
Anywhere
I
and it
didn't get
doesn't say
very
so
far.
on TI.
Like I said, nothing popped for me on the PC. So, but that was as soon as it was available.
Yeah,
is
it's
when
been
I
out
jumped
for
in.
a month or so.
I finished out
Maybe 2.
All right.
It came out
September 6th.
what he said. So, a little over a month.
and a half.
Well, I guess with any Game Pass game, if you're interested, play it now.
Although being an ID at Xbox, it might be in there
Can't
for a good
guarantee
bit.
it.
Can't
Never know.
guarantee it. ID at Xbox games thrive in Game Pass. That's one of the best
Absolutely.
things about Game Pass. But speaking of Game Pass, while we get into the hashtag wheeling and dealing, Nate, you picking up anything, or do you have anything to recommend?
Well, I'm doing both. I would recommend Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse. It's $6.24
Man, you break
down
a
from
lot of
$25. It's 1K gamer score, 1,264 TA. It's 6 to 8 hours. There is a walkthrough, but this is a fun game. It's a funny game. As always, I recommend just trying it and then using the walkthrough. Yep. What am I going to be picking up? I'm going to be picking up The King's Bird. It's $10 down from $20.
Bird.
It's a 1,000 gamer score. It's 1,336 TA. It's a platformer, and the mechanic is that you are a bird and you are coasting. So it looks so you try to get from this area to this other area using momentum. It reminds me, I have not played this once again, but just from the little video snippets I've watched, it reminds me of that really infuriating section in Owlboy, where you had to navigate through the tunnels. And for some reason, I want to do that again, even though that was the most frustrating part of Owlboy. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to pick this game up. And then finally, one last recommendation, and I'm also going to pick up is The Division 2. It's $21 down from $60. It's 65%. This will probably
good cut.
This will probably go on sale at the end of the year, or Black Friday maybe. I don't imagine it's going to go lower than 75% off. So this is probably the lowest we're going to see it go. You can hold out, and maybe you'll get the edition that also has the season pass included. Or let's say you haven't already purchased Division 1. And you haven't purchased Division 2, you could go in on the Division franchise bundle, which is Division 1 and Division 2, for $25, which is 75% off.
That's a good deal.
Yes. So if you're going to get Division 2 and you don't already have the Division 1, check out that bundle, because for $4 more, you get the Division. Now, you will still have to buy the season pass for both, but those will definitely go on sale at the end of the year, as well as sometimes throughout the year when Ubisoft does their thing.
Oh, absolutely going on sale here in a month once Black Friday hits.
Yep, that's what I've got for you,
Division's
though.
always on sale one way or the other. So
Use
I'm
that
sure
20
that'll be there.
Use that $25 to get 5 Taco Bell thingajigs.
Now, like I said, I haven't played Division 2, but Division 1 was fun, and I played that without kind of our crew running around on the Discord, so I think this would be great. I think you get a 4-man team together, and you go through and you knock it out. It's a lot of fun.
I hear a lot of good things about the Division now. Heard it had a rocky start, but as of right now, it's fantastic. Al, you got anything to recommend?
I do.
What you got?
Well, the first thing that caught my eye was they seem to take a Jackbox party pack at random and put it on sale. So you would think that you would see all of them on sale, but sometimes number 3 is on sale, sometimes number 5 is on sale, number 1. This week it's number 1. And I would say any of these at half price should be picked up, not only for the easy achievements, but to play in real life with friends and family.
How much is it?
No, it is $12.49 down from $24.99.
It's a real mess.
Thank you for asking.
Achievement, though. You gotta open up tabs and your browsers, and you gotta
Open up
manage
some
like
tabs.
10 of them at a time.
Yeah, you do that at Christmas time with your family. You tell
Open
them what
up
to do, they'll
tabs
do it. They'll
seems
do
like
it.
something Nate would be good at.
Yes, you got a Firefox tab, you got a Google Chrome tab, you got an Internet Explorer tab, you got a Kindle. Yeah, you make it work. You got the Surface.
Talking about by yourself.
Seems like a
times.
lot of work.
Oh, don't play it by yourself.
It's a party game. You're not supposed to play by yourself.
Yeah.
I don't think
play
you
with,
understand half of
wow,
the
give it a year.
demographic here. We play games to get achievements, people.
Oh.
I'm
Well, then you
sorry,
gotta put in the
I
work.
have fun.
Yeah,
while
and getting a completion
getting
is fun.
achievements.
But sometimes the journey is a little messy.
Well, I don't have the completion, and a lot of people don't because of the one You Don't Know Jack achievement, which is to get all the wrong answers. So you have to play through all 50 episodes and get the wrong answer, which is similar to
terrible
the
achievement.
360 version. Yes, so only like 600 people bothered to do it out of 18,000 people have this. Wow. It's been around since November 2014. I can't believe it. Won the TA Best Party Game of the Year 2015 awards. Awesome P is on sale.
That's awesome.
It's just the first time this has been on sale? I don't remember. It's $4.19.
I doubt that. I'm sure it's been on sale before.
$4.19 down from $5.99.
What a sale.
Well, if you need a reason to pick this up, go for it. Corey spoke very highly of it.
It's not bad.
On a random episode in the 20s or 30s.
Better than
and
something. I don't know.
Ezra.
Very
Koosh,
specific.
play this game.
I started playing this game, actually.
Yeah.
But I found that
why do people have issues with the train level?
Oh my gosh.
It's not hard.
It's hard.
Sucks. Because they throw things at you that they haven't done before. Like, oh, okay, so this stupid puffball is going to hit me, but it's a weird color for olds to not be able to see. So, like, you just had to figure out this path. So I think I finished, whatever the train level is, I finished that, and then I got to the down level, and then my daughter was basically, what's this?
That's the only bad
Let's
one,
play this.
cave levels.
And
really it's only one.
Okay. So does the game get
the difficulty is
much
more difficult,
random.
or does it stay the
does
same?
not gradually get harder.
Okay.
It gets easier.
Yeah, I intend to play this because I, need to get to my gamer score milestone.
So those were the couple on the one that caught my eye. On the 360, Saints Row 1 and 2 are $249 each, and they are backwards compatible.
That's cheap. Backwards compatible. Okay, that's a plus. That's a selling point.
The other thing, I saw some people asking about boosting, actually, for the first game, so now I'm interested, of course, even though the completion estimate is 60 to 80 hours. Ugh.
Ooh.
And Saints Row 2 is 80 to 100 hours. Why?
I did not know they were that long of a completion. I expected a 2025.
I started playing this series on the third game, which I believe took a turn for the crazy. Are the first two more serious to your understandings?
From what I hear, it was very much akin
None of you
to
played this?
the Grand Theft Autos. I haven't played them. I've only listened or heard about them. I don't have a whole lot of interest in this game, even though I think I have 2 or 3 of them from Games of Gold.
Do you like melee weapons? That's all I'm saying.
I know where this is going.
Do you like purple things?
We don't need to go there then.
Large ones used for other things that we can talk about on the Patreon show, not here.
All right.
Well, I have a game that I would like to recommend to everyone, and that's Spec Ops: The Line.
Oh.
This was a feature of one of our game clubs with Mr. Wakapeil and others. I know he had a
delightful guy.
Revolving cast of people that was on there. It is 80% off right now. It's $5.99. If you have not listened to the game club and you have not played this is a great opportunity to jump into it. And I have recently put those episodes on YouTube, so you don't got to go back in our archive to try to figure out where those episodes are. Or you can and just go download all of our shows, give us a couple more hits. That'd be wonderful. Be very nice. We could always use more downloads. Well, other than that, I got nothing else. But there is some Game Pass additions coming after I stop gagging.
Take that out of your mouth.
They're that good? Get that purple melee weapon out of your mouth, sir.
All right, so Lonely Mountains Downhill is coming on the 23rd. Secret Neighbor is coming.
Secret Neighbor is a brand new game, along with Lonely Mountains Downhill. FYI.
Secret Neighbor's new.
Hello Neighbor is
out already.
Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek is out.
I know. Hello
Secret Neighbor takes a different turn. You need at least, I believe you need at least 4 people to play. Up to 6 can play at a time, I think, though. But one of you is the neighbor.
So, okay, well, just by saying that, it sounds like a Mafia type game, if you guys have played that.
think that's even. They may have referenced Mafia in their press release.
Haha. Score one for Kenny. I knew it. Sounds like a good boosting game. Yeah, Minute is coming on the 24th. The Outer Worlds. Wait, is that right or is it Wilds? No, it's Worlds. Yeah.
I put a note. I put a note for
Just
this
put one or the
exact reason.
I know it. I still had to say that just because there's so much confusion. Is coming on the 25th. I'm excited for this. Single player, first person shooter RPG.
Yes. So the Outer Worlds, the one that's coming on the 25th, is from Obsidian. It is a high quality game. The graphics are amazing. It's,
they did Fallout
single
in Bethesda.
Exactly. That's what it looks like.
Argue that, so I'll take your word for it.
It really looks like it. Not to be confused with Outer Wilds, which is also in Game Pass. So
that's so confusing.
Hence the confusion. And that game, if it helps you, is more of a kind of a stroll playing. You're solving mysteries. It's done in 20-minute loops. So basically, it's one of these time loop games where you go through. You have 20 minutes of time of gameplay time to make progress, and anything you learn carries over into the next run through. Some people like this game, but it is nothing like the Outer Worlds. And it also, we didn't mention what Minute was. Minute is a lot like Half Minute Hero. And it's the same sort of thing where you have a certain amount of time to get something done, and that progress can carry through and go through to future playthroughs.
That Outer Wilds, is that what? That's not that top-down game that was shown at E3 where you had like Amnesia or something like that?
No,
that's
12 minutes. I didn't think so. Just reminded me of that.
But yeah, that is also a looping game.
Okay, yeah, 12 minutes.
The Outer Wilds
they should call it. They should call it an Amnesia game.
Doing the Fallout thing better than Bethesda has with Fallout 76. It's getting really good reviews. It comes out this
You mean
Friday.
Outer Worlds?
But yeah, GameSpot gave it a 9 out of 10.
Wow, it's pretty good. Continuing on, After Party is coming out the 29th. That's the game that Sarah is excited for. Is the one you're out drinking the devil or something like that? Something crazy?
Yep.
Yeah. Sure. Lego Star Wars 3. Sorry. Lego Star Wars 3 is coming out on Halloween, the 31st, if you somehow don't know that. Lego game I have no interest in. If you have kids, they'll like it. And then,
people on Discord said it's the worst Lego game. So,
oh, really?
Take that with a grain of salt. Yep.
That's kind of surprising that a Star Wars one was the worst. Huh. I would have figured Indiana Jones got that. I probably just pissed some people off by saying that. And then last game that is confirmed as coming is Subnautica. I think I said that right. That'll be a first if I did. That's coming November 7th, and I have absolutely no idea what this is, except it sounds like a water game. So, Abzu-ish?
Stroll playing. Yet another stroll playing game, adventure game, underwater.
That's up your alley. Have it. Then we have a couple of games that are leaving. So there's 4 games listed here. The Escapist, Doom, Grip, and Thief of Thieves. Although I think in the Discord, I saw an article that Doom and Thief of Thieves is not leaving. Or maybe Doom and Grip is not leaving.
No, it's Halo Wars.
That's right. It was Halo Wars. I don't know if Doom is leaving or not. That's maybe. Don't know.
Doom is leaving. I think it was Darksiders and Halo Wars that were staying.
Okay. Okay, that's what it was. I just remember seeing some confusion on the things that said they were leaving, but then they weren't. So, let's get on with our contest. Let's get into the Gamertag challenge. I know, Nate, you've been working on this. We got November's Gamertag.
So for the month of November, we have Doughboy. He's been chosen as our Gamertag challenge, and if you know Doughboy, he's big into Extra Life. So we're taking this opportunity to also do a little plug for Extra Life. The bonus for this month, 5 points for a single screen cap of you sharing a link to someone's EL campaign. You do not get multiple entrances. You can't take multiple screenshots and get 5 point bonuses left and right. You can only get 1. So figure out who you want that to be. Take a screen cap, post it in the channel, and we will basically assign those points to you when it comes time to it. There's a second bonus, and that bonus is going to be 1 point per Chivo containing the word extra or life. It has to be the exact word. There's no variation, and that must be earned in November. If you already have an achievement with that extra or life in the title, it does not count. It has to be earned in November. And Doughboy for the month has picked as his extra point game. Keep in mind, you can only get one achievement or 1 bonus point for getting a single achievement in the game, or if you've already completed the game, you get the bonus point for free. The game he has picked is Plants vs. Zombies 2.
Garden Warfare 2, I assume.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't think there is another one, is there?
Yeah, I would imagine
There's
it's
a phone
Garden
game.
Warfare 2. I don't think the actual Plants vs. Zombies Tower Defense 2
Did not know
came to
that.
Xbox.
I did not check the spreadsheet. Let me see if anyone has challenged Reset 42.
So, for clarification, unless you only said this and I didn't hear it, do you get unlimited bonus points for achievements containing extra and life in it, or is it just one?
Yes, for the extra and life bonus portion, you can get as many as you can get achievements that have those in them. When I did a search, I only saw 2 pages of achievements for each one. So
That's
4
so
total
a lot.
pages. So it's still a lot. And you guys will definitely go and amaze us. So
I am sure.
good luck with that.
All right, well, continuing on, we got a G-Task roundup for the week. Week 19, the bonus
Wow.
for the...
19 already.
Well, yes, it is 19 already. Bonus is solo side this week. It's for getting better. It's the end of scoring period in a higher placement than the previous period. Once again, another bonus that'll possibly raise the ceiling on getting this if you're still going
I
for
bet you
this. And it's
$5
worth 500
Prue
TA.
won't get this bonus. Well, seeing as he got first place last week.
Oh, congratulations, Prue. Not bad. Eliminations for the week. We had no teams eliminated. Good job, guys. But we did have an individual elimination. Mr. Von Coin, Freaky RO, is out.
Oh no! Did any of you guys go for the bonus last week? The alphabet bonus?
I did.
You went for it and you got it.
Frame.
Yes, I planned mine out. I knocked it out in like 2 days. It's one of my favorite
Nice.
things on TA is
I did
alphabet
not.
stuff.
Yeah, I did not plan it out, and I did not get it. I was short by 5 or 6 letters, but just so through natural stuff, only 5 or 6 out. So I consider that a victory.
Interesting. Well, my team of Toadstyle Venom and Michelle and myself, the American Score Society, did get it in the 11th hour on Sunday night. I noticed I was short on the solo side, and I went into the Minecraft achievement world. So that was pretty cool. Got 3 achievements there, and that was enough to stay in. You don't need too many. They all had a high TA difference. So thank you, Minecraft.
Small correction. Prue did not get first place. He got second
Did you
place last week.
Oh yeah, the guy in first place used 1,500 with the bonuses to
Loser.
get the first place. What a jerkweed. I wanted to see Prue's interview.
Oh, I love Scott Pilgrim so much. Oh, Star Trek's amazing. Did you know that, fun fact, that the guy in Scott Pilgrim was an extra in the 14th episode of Star Trek?
This is what I have to hear during Borderlands, and this is one of the reasons why I don't want to play ever. Oh, but I can't wait to play Thursday. Sounds fun.
Well, I guess that will bring us to Brag Camp.
Brag Camp. You mean
I'm
Proclamation
renaming
Point.
it.
No.
I like Brag Camp.
Proclamation. What?
No, not Brag Camp. Proclamation Point. It's
Hashtag-
been like that since like episode... I don't know. When did we start it?
1?
6? 10? Something like that?
1.
I don't think we
Jerk.
did this on our first episode.
Yeah, it's not like we repeat anything we do. Like we talked about Hawken. It's not like anyone's playing Hawken lately, so it's not. Oh,
Well,
hi.
this just got Aquin.
Oh wait.
On Thursday,
Thursday's
bad,
Borderlands
Corey.
Day, so that's the one time I was happy to be playing Borderlands is because I didn't want to see Hawken ever again. But I'm glad you guys did.
Oh, and we've got one more session planned for
Are
this
you
week.
strictly being a Sherpa? Or are you
Need stuff,
game?
get in.
Okay.
I'm a Sherpa.
You're a good man, Charlie Brown.
Brad camp.
Proclamation point. Brag point.
Proclamation.
Proclamation camp.
Reforce 3 has 350 completions, as well as Professor Pruto has 350 completions with the wrong setting. Big L has 400 completions with the correct
Are you
setting.
sure?
I'm positive, until something ruins it. This is Sarah's favorite part, and Elroy's favorite part. Nerve Bullet, Carpe Atom, and Jables have 10-day achievement win streaks. Fresh. I snorted. Freshly clean. Dustfully clean. 150-day win streak. Dunkin' Donuts, not Starbucks, neat, has a 200-day achievement win streak. Yeah. I was drinking Dunkin' Donuts before the show.
Pumpkin coffee.
Fun fact, this is the first year I have ever had pumpkin spice in my coffee, and I like it.
Oh, it's delicious.
I got a frozen coffee because I had a free one coming to me, so if I get a free one, I'm getting the most expensive thing they have, which is a large frozen coffee.
Smart.
And have the Dunkin' Donuts around you started charging like 25 cents for whipped cream and 15 cents for
coffee, so
the flavors? Or on anything, on any of the pumps, you know.
I just get hot
vanilla,
coffee with a flavor. So no, I don't know.
No one
I haven't noticed.
They started charging 5 cents a pump now.
I usually just get a nice coffee with whatever flavor.
You probably get munchkins, you little baby.
No.
Oh.
Ravens win, so I get a free coffee. So I got.
You still have that promotion?
Yeah, I got that promotion.
We haven't had that in a few
Brooke's
years.
a Ravens fan now because she gets a free coffee.
Really?
Yeah, she couldn't care less about football, but she'll sit there and root for the Ravens because she knows she's going to get a free coffee the next day.
That's
if
funny.
they win.
So Dunkos and his wake-up rap addiction are on a 200-day win streak. Death Dealers, haven't heard from her in a while. She's been in Porsche for a long time. 450-day win streak. And good old Redemption Tonight is on a measly 2,050-day win streak. Take it away, Nate.
Achievements 1. We have Mellified with a new milestone of 6,000 achievements. We have Reset 42, currently still in the lead for the Chip P challenge. No one has threatened him yet. With 7,500 achievements won. Beer Me 7 has 10,000 achievements won. Crandy, 13,500 achievements won. Kooshmoose, also 13,500 achievements won. Tropan, 16,500 achievements won. Praux, 21,500 achievements won. And Sangrias with 50,000 achievements
Gamerscore,
won.
we have the hostess with the mostest, Rocker Dude, 300,000 Gamerscore. And the Australian hostess with the mostest, Professor Pluto with 400,000 Gamerscore. The
Good
dead
break,
hostess with the mostest, Freemhole, has reached 500,000 TA.
Whoa.
Force 3,
Whoa.
700,000 TA, and Caforna Forge himself at 1.55 million TA.
Next time I'm gonna put those in Roman numerals.
Don't be
And have
mad
it read
because I
off.
know how to read.
Leaderboard achievements. Wakapeil is now in the top 10,000 of the True Achievement leaderboard for baseball. Apparently someone else cares about sports. Rocker Dude 5012 is now in the top 50 of the Gamerscore
Oh, that's
leaderboard
right.
for
I'm in good
Metroidvania.
company up
There
there.
you go.
Nice.
You're killing it with those leaderboards. The Dominator 177, Tommy, is now in the top 20,000 of the Gamerscore leaderboard, top 1,000 of the California Max Possible Completion Percentage leaderboard on a Thursday, and the top 5,000 of the USA Gamerscore leaderboard. Kronos is now in the top 1,000 of the True Achievement. Top 1,000 of the True Achievement leaderboard for puzzle. He's coming for you, Michelle. Jay Black
Uh-oh.
is now in the top. Wait a minute. Is now third in the Nova Scotia True Achievement leaderboard for party. I can't imagine
Just
there's
making
like
stuff up.
that many people there that
There's
plays
like
that.
3, I think. Yeah.
Just dirt out of 2. Oh, Okay.
Yeah, 3 of them probably get together and play it. There's no one that lives there. He's also in the top 500 of the Canada TA difference leaderboard and the top 50,000 of the achievements completion percentage leaderboard. High Road V2 is now in the top 20 of the Colorado True Achievement leaderboard for racing.
Whoa.
I was going to insert
420?
he's getting
for
up there. He's getting high in that leaderboard, but that would be silly. I would not make that kind of a joke. In the made-up leaderboards for Hat 90, he's now in the top 500 of the England True Achievement leaderboard for Q Sports? The hell is that?
Billiards, buddy. Come on.
That's a thing?
It's not really a thing. Don't worry.
Now you're just making that up.
It's not impressive as the wrestling leaderboard, let me tell you.
He's just looking for the most obscure things, so we have to read his name out every week.
All right, it's finally time for Gears Pop Talk. So,
Yes!
Kenny,
We haven't gone long enough.
What is the new meta that you are... In Gears Pop News, we have Mattism, who just got League Legend by hitting the Gold League. So,
nice.
Good job, Mattism. I know I give him a lot of crap for cheating and such, and he's a good guy, and he got gold. So, good job.
Is he a free-to-play player?
Yes, I think he's a free-to-play player. I think he
impressive.
may have put a little money in that he might have had in Google Bucks. I could be wrong on that. I think he is, for the most part, a free-to-play player. And then Redemption Denied, who may, or most likely not, be a free-to-play player. He just got Seriously Pop. I think he's the first one in our community to get Seriously Pop. Is that true?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Congratulations,
good job,
dude.
Seriously? Wow.
Seriously.
Pop.
No, wow. How'd you do that?
With my mouth hole.
It's like an old person trick. I didn't know you could do that.
Can't do it loud. That's impressive. I can't do that.
No more Gears Pop talk?
We get yelled at. I mean, I can talk about Gears Pop. You guys want to talk about Gears Pop?
Absolutely not. So I wanted to give a quick shout out to Sarah and Thomas, otherwise known as Miss Petart, who wears the pants, and then there's Thomas.
They're just Corgan's parents now.
Who has the cats?
Meow. They are celebrating their 10th anniversary, and they are away somewhere, so there haven't been any pretties on the TA feed, and it's a little bit disconcerting, but they'll be back soon, I'm sure. And one last thing I wanted to say, I wanted to let everyone know, if you get WWE 2K20 and you need a refund, the person you need to contact is Gamertag JBLACQ. Send that person a message and you will get a refund and probably some other cool swag as well.
I have to keep that in mind.
Okay, good.
And if you do want to have your name shout out on the proclamation polling, brag camp, proclamation camp, whatever the crap we're going to call this now, be sure to friend me, FuFuCuddilyPoof, a message on TA so I can keep track of your milestones. And since everyone likes to yell at me, I don't read out every single one. We do have some sort of a standard. There's too many to read out every single one. But I know you guys are still going to yell at me. And with that, we are done. That'll do it for us. As
Episode
always,
65 in the books.
Corey's finally back.
For now. I got to talk to you guys about next week.
Bad Corey.
A chair? A hammock? What?
We'll see.
If you
Is
enjoyed the
is
show,
it made out of skateboard?
All
It's
right,
made out
hold
of
on.
skateboards, isn't it?
I gotta see if I hit record. I gotta see if I hit record. Oh, good.
Okay, Kenny.
if you enjoyed the show, as always, please like and review it. That really helps us out, helps more people find the show. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button. If you would like to send us a Twitter tweet, you can do so on the Twitter by sending us one at Achievements101. You can follow the Mixer page, mixer.com/AH101.
Do you even
And
stream anymore?
Holy crap, do I stream anymore? Okay, so I didn't talk about this before, so we'll mention it here. Decay of Logos, I tried streaming that Saturday. Wow, that went horrible. Nate, I think you were one of the people that jumped in and out of the stream. Saucy was there, and then there's a few other people jumping in and out. So apparently OBS had an update that I did not know about. So none of my settings were right. There was no sound for about an hour and a half. I had to play that freaking game for nothing. That was a bad stream. So I do want to do right by the developers. They gave us a code, and it does need to get streamed, even if I have been taking my time and dragging my feet streaming it. I am gonna stream that game again. If not Friday, then possibly Sunday I'll get this out. I want to stream that sometime soon.
While we're here, Corey, why don't you read what happened in Vayners? I think you should be the one to read it.
No, I see. You're talking about like right now? Because
Yes.
I'm looking for
sure
an appropriate GIF, but Redemption, the beast that he is, completed Chasm.
Oh, yeah.
Good job.
Dude is a monster.
It's definitely Chasm. Ooh, 92.3, K-Rock. Congratulations to everybody. You are all awesome. Even you, Kenny. Nate, it's been nice talking to your microphone the whole time. And
yeah, continuing on. If you want to join into Discord so you can actually see what the crap Elle's talking about right now with Vayners, and that's not a pornographic reference, our Discord link is discord.io/ah101. And if you enjoyed this show and you would like to hear the actual Vayner talk, you can help us out by signing up with our Patreon. That's where our rated M for mature content is. And Elle says a lot of naughty things.
Hey, this Vayners only has like 2 more months to live, man. It's going down.
no, it doesn't.
Yeah,
Stay
it's
in.
going down.
Such a Nazi.
When you say Vayners, are you talking about the one in Discord or the actual Vayners?
It's
in
got to
the Patreon
stay.
talk?
When everyone talks about a Vayner, it goes there. It's important.
It's a 2019 thing only.
My.
Patreon.com/AH or /Achievement Hunting 101. That would really help us out. We really appreciate it. Get exclusive content, get into the exclusive chat, get exclusive giveaways, lots of exclusive stuff so you can help shape the show. You can get on the show. But speaking of the show, with that, class dismissed.
Now
See you
it's
next
ready
week.
Time to record next week's already. Jeez.
Well, if you'd shut up.
Let's do it. Good night, everyone.
Hello, and welcome to Achievement Hunting 101. I'm FuFuCuddilyPoof, and this is level 66.
67.
Oh,
What?
Execute Order 66. We got to throw that in there next week.
67, 68, and 69. Giggity.
Hello everyone, I'm Wakapeil and I'm still in the G-tasked. The team names you can't pronounce is not only still in it, but totally crushed the competition last period with over 10,000 gamer score earned, close to 30,000 TA and a TA difference above 18,500 in a single week. Impressive Expovos, Pro-Elks and Yay Blask. Sometimes you just want a big pile of achievements in a hurry. Maybe you need to hit a big number of achievements for a bonus, or try to spell something with the first letter of your achievements. You might also not want to put in too much effort, or use a guide. In that case, the Game Pass title Riverbond is a perfect choice, with its 52 achievements worth 1000 game score and almost 1500 TA. It also has 19 unique letters at the start of the achievement names. Riverbond is a simple hack and slash with an even simpler achievement list. The pretty voxel graphics and simple physics engine makes it fun cutting things and enemies to pieces. Dying has little consequence as it spawns you at the nearest checkpoint or the beginning of the level with your current progress intact, making it easy to get up to where you died. Be sure to play the tutorial level, as it contains collectibles and teaches you the crazy water mechanic. As long as you don't rush it too much and explore the environments, you should have no trouble finding the not so hidden collectible skins required for the game's toughest achievement. I personally didn't bother with the skins, but there are plenty to choose from if you don't like the default Ninja Rabbit skin. The game doesn't even require you to find all the skins, just a majority of them. There are also collectible star coins, but in case you miss a few, you can simply replay a level and pick up the same star coin over and over again until the achievement unlocks. The normal coins you find throughout the levels are only used for score, and score is not used for any achievements, so you can safely ignore them. Riverbond has 8 selectable levels separated in small stages, which you easily can complete in 30 minutes each, while scouring the environments for collectibles and characters to speak to. Plenty of characters award you an achievement for talking to them, so make sure to at least skip through what they have to say when you find them. There's also a co-op mode up to 4 players, but I don't know how it handles achievements. Riverbond is normally $25, which is not unreasonable, but a tad steep. But as I said, the game is in Game Pass and is a simple completion you can easily get within 4 hours as long as you keep moving and don't explore too much. The ratio is not great at 1.5, but considering how easy it is and mindless fun for a few hours, I'd say Riverbond is worth your time. Have a nice day, everyone.
Beep, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop.